for Echo Fox as they're just kind of waiting things out. They still have plenty of time to figure out how they want to approach this. Meanwhile, Phelps just has to kind of sit tight, keep his eye on the bomb, and see if he can't still find a way to convert this round for Immortals, as he does just, hold an angle here on the bomb.
This is really cool. They're not going to open the door, and he's in a really interesting spot. I mean, he's not going to get cleared, is he? It won't matter, though.
Yeah, Rick
it won't matter.
Oh my, he misses several shots, but Shazam does eventually trade him. And so Echo Fox will in fact take the pistol round. So that's a good first step in the right direction.
Dude, he could have gotten that kill. If he got that kill immediately, he could have gotten that kill and then opened the door and then made it a brand new round. If he got his way into control, could have gone back fence, could have waited for the plant. He even had a kid on him. So had a lot of options. I really love that positional play by Phelps. Very interesting and creative.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta like what Balps did there as well to give him a chance, but Echo Fox just played the round really well, particularly how Shazam and Rick just kind of paired up in the end to ensure that they would get favorable duels, and they traded efficiently. And so there you have it. It's 1-0, and now we will see Echo Fox begin to buy up. We do have a Galil on Roka, AK on Shazam, SMG's out in play as well. For the Immortal side, they have forced up head armor on 3 players. They had that Max 7 on Lucas, as we do see Echo Fox just, taking control of outside, not doing anything too special, just gathering as much real estate as they can, leave all their options open.
Yep. They have lost or after, they actually were able to get their 3 rounds on the pistol in the first map. It didn't tally up too much, and this time Immortals are going to be on CT side. Pretty nice place to be. Interesting, both teams pick maps that have really difficult CT sides, knowing that they are going to play on the T side first. Oh, and there is a kill from Zeus, though. A trade comes out. Lucas to find one for himself. And Roka, very hurt. Worse for wear, but finds a headshot and bolts and Zeus. Wow, what a nice clean shot. Spots the bomb drop down into the site. The nade's going to come out. Not sure if it's going to do any damage. Ooh. Shazam and Roka, 40 health between the two of them.
Even though it's pistols here for Immortals, such low HP here on Echo Fox, but Roka does have control of Heaven, and so it's going to make it a little bit difficult for them to work their way out now, as we do see Balch just kind of waiting patiently here, as he's kind of allowing his teammate to set up for a little bit of something different here. We do already see a fight taking place with him and Shazam through the window. Flash is coming out. Here comes the flank, as Zeus is going to catch Roka off guard, but he can't land the shot, even though Roka only had 2 HP. He couldn't connect, and so that means that's going to be all on Bolts now with the 5-7 and the head armor, and you can see that he knows he doesn't have a chance to win, and he can, save this and still maybe pose a threat next round, so he'll concede and Echo Fox will go up 2-0.
Off that ladder, you can't expect to hit a bullet, but at the same time, with Rick's up there with 2 HP, you gotta assume that one of them was going to connect after 5. Now, he could have just gone up, which would have been the best option for sure, and didn't do that. Bolts, however, still had a really good chance to win the round and didn't know it.
And you got to forgive him for thinking it would land, given all the other crazy things you can do in this game.
I know, right?
Shots.
Of all things that don't
of all the things that don't work, a guy taking up, 80%
damage.
of your screen while you're coming up a ladder with 2 HP doesn't find the mark. As we are going to have Immortals here. Again, Bolts has that 5-7 head armor from previous round. A couple more upgrade pistols are bought, but for the most part, they're waiting for the next round to really try to pose a threat.
Outside controls being taken. A few more 5-7s have been bought, which is not a really small cost. I wonder if Henny's actually going to get spotted here. Is this something you clear? Looks like not.
That's definitely not something you see every day, as we do continue to see Echo Fox just putting pressure here on Heaven. We do see Zeus just finding a way to fit bullets through 2 stairs to try to get a headshot, but it doesn't in fact land. And now Echo Fox gets control of Heaven. Lucas here on the floor, taken out immediately. So now it's all on Balts and Phelps, but they're just, kind of falling left and right.
Everywhere.
Not even going to find a kill. 3 players so low. In fact, 4 players actually on Echo Fox were very close to death, but none of them actually, bled out enough. And so it's going to be 3-0, but now Immortals, they have that op on Henny. But the rest are a little bit limited here, to be quite honest with you.
No, they definitely are. It's not a great place to be, and they're teetering on a save even after this. A lot of those kills that came out that almost came out last round, if a few of them did, it would have been a world of good for Immortal. Sorry, it's late.
It is indeed late.
Which is hard.
As we are going to see Echo Fox just kind of staging up here inside lobby right now. They're not really taking control of anything too much just yet. do also have them still having a little bit of outside presence as well, just making sure there's no aggression going on, but they haven't really necessarily made up their mind on what they want to do. They have plenty of nades to roam whatever execute they want. We already see a couple of smokes and touch being thrown to this outer bomb site, flashes coming through as well, and they are going to go ahead and actually do some type of upper to squeaky play. Also, you know, classic Nuke type of stuff. They are going to get the plant. Bolt's trying to rotate to challenge this, but Roka holds him off. There's a lot of damage, and allows Freakus to get that plant. And oh my goodness, Zeus, how did he not know that he was right there? He was just shooting his teammate. Zeus just gets blindsided, and so now it's a 4-on-3 for Echo Fox with the bomb down.
Seems like no call with the nade. Nice angle being held, but no, Shazam with that one shot and the one bullet in the head kill gun. It's a long way to say an AK.
There
Long,
you go.
Convoluted, bad English way to say an AK.
Indeed it was. As this round has come to a close, Echo Fox will go up 4-0. Lucas saving an op over here towards CT spawn. And so Echo Fox off to a good start here on Nuke. Again, they certainly need it, as Immortals did take the first map on Train. Pretty solid. I mean, I don't think they were really ever out of control of the game. It seems like they were doing good. So, you know, Echo Fox fighting for their lives, at least to get into the finals. Of course, there is still that third place decider match out there, but everyone wants to go for the big money in the finals. And Echo Fox needs this map to force the third, which would in fact be cash. As we are going to see Immortals again going up for, you know, certainly not an ideal buy, but it's what they can muster up.
Looks like basic outside control are going to be taken. It's nice to see Echo Fox throwing all these smokes, trying to put Immortals in a really difficult position to deal with things that they might not be used to seeing. And Henny is going to really be put to the test. He's going to be flicking around a lot this game.
They're actually running through a lot of their own fire there. Shunger's taking a good bit of damage when it's all said and done.
Sean
so,
of all people.
Of course, the good smoke wall out here as well. It allows Echo Fox to cross the secret and get even more ground. But look, as Zeus actually beats the timing on that incendiary, so we'll get a flank that no one's really going to expect. And he's going to be able to get the kill with Shazam very quickly. Fires off a second on the Shangers and collects the AK. But that's where he's going to get put to a halt. But it's a 2-on-2 thanks to Phelps aggressing from heaven to get the exchange there onto Rix. And so now we have a 2v2. There's still a good amount of time left. The bomb is down outside heaven. And I mean, Immortals, they're just trying to hold out. Freakazoid trying to see if he can't find a pick to open this round back up. They're both going to travel together here. They see the Phelps there on the Raptors. They take him down. So now it's all on Bolts, just hiding over here towards Vent. Right out there by Squeaky. 40 seconds left still.
Bolts is one dangerous player. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds his way into a 1v1 in this situation. A nade and a flash too. Nade spells death for Roka if it lands properly. And it looks like the walk towards ramp.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's so many nades for Echo Fox to disrupt his rotate. Like wherever they plant this bomb, they have smokes and Molotovs to like cover off, you know, the limited amount of options he has to actually get into that site.
I don't know if he. Oh, he might not be.
Picks up that kit, so it's going to help him out. Gives him an extra few seconds to be able to play the situation out. As the bomb is certainly going to go down. Bolts will, in fact, go on Vince. There's already a molly up to stop him from going through the one opening you can. He throws a flash over towards back halls, but then peeks out through the vent opening. Another fire comes in. He gets the kill in the process before the Molotov blooms. So now he has a 1v1 against Freakazoid. He does have a P90. You steady him hiding out. Bolts, will he detect him? He gets on the bomb. He's just sticking it. No one's peeking. He's just going to hold it. He might just get it, but no. Freak peeks right in time. Counts it out in his head, perhaps, and comes out and finds the 5th round for Echo Fox.
Yeah, definitely always good to delay as long as possible. Sometimes someone will get off way too early, and then they'll tap it again within 4 seconds, and then you wish you never had peaked, right? So always good to wait as long as possible, as long as you're aware of where the bomb was planted, so you don't have to adjust your aim and potentially whiff on a person with a second left to defuse. Echo Fox off to a solid start, and even though that round came close because of that play that Zeus made, they still lock it up. They put it on the board, and now it's 5-0.
Yeah, I mean, we still yet to see Immortals be able to put together like a nice full buy where you have everything that you would want to put up a good defense. So that's really helped Echo Fox out a lot. They've won a lot of key rounds, and they've done a lot of damage throughout all of this. And so Immortals just on pistols once more. They do have some armor involved, but, you know, nothing that's going to break their bank, right? They're at max loss. They invest a little bit, but, you know, making sure they can get a nice full buy on round number 7. So we are going to see Bolt actually be able to get a kill here with some aggression onto Roka over towards Radio Room. So at least that's an opening here for Immortals.
Kill comes out, 5v4, always dangerous no matter what the situation. And Bolts does get a kill. Another one, 4v3 now. Doing more than he needs to. So 3 players grouped up at ramp. They don't have any info anywhere else. This is really dangerous. Ramp is kind of the middle of Nuke where it splits to both sites, but Both entrances are kind of still equally fortified in some senses if they're aware that you took it.
Right, so while Immortals do have the man advantage, Echo Fox is being able to get so much control. And now we do see them just slowly working around. They actually are going to throw a molly inside Mini, and now they're going to start getting some players involved. What looks to be over towards Heaven, from what I can tell. Yeah, you do see them jumping up there. And so they're just trying to see if they can peek their way in. There's actually going to be no one here, really, for them to deal with just yet. There is one player on the floor and one next to the vents, but they clear them out pretty well. But look at this. Phelps able to get a kill and picks up an AK. And so now it's a 2-on-1. It's all up to Rix. He is going to get the bomb planted, but here come both Immortals members. They line up for him, but he can't quite land the mark. And so it is going to be a defuse for Immortals, and they will finally take their first round on this map.
Yeah, they do. And it's, I mean, on a Nico, Bolt's getting those 2 kills. He's such a dangerous player, man. No matter what gun he has, he's almost always guaranteeing frags, especially if they're 50-50 battles. Versus Bolt's is going to be a 40-60 affair most of the time. And that's reflected in his stats.
Yeah, so not only do Immortals win the round, now they can finally buy. So you're going to be able to see Henny with the op in his hands, everyone able to rifle up. They have full utility, every nade you can want, plenty of kits. So now they're set up to kind of play Nuke the way that they want to kind of maybe now they can start dictating the pace. We have seen them get aggressive, though, with those pistols, so I don't know if they'll maintain that pressure or if you'll see them to fall back into more default positions and just kind of wait it out. You can now see that they're certainly using that utility to make sure that Echo Fox can't do any type of quick pushes or quick rushes, which allows them to have more time to get in better positions that they want.
Similar smokes come out. This time, I wonder if they're going to flash in a big rush like they originally planned to do. Seems like they almost got away with it last time, except for Zeus came out of secret, but they don't have that piece of the puzzle as Immortals this time around. And it looks like they use that as a strat that they can fake, so they walk down secret. Hasn't really stirred any rotations quite yet.
No, not at all. I mean, they do have control of these back halls here. They haven't necessarily done much yet, as they're just, making sure they clear all their angles. Meanwhile, Roka kind of maintains control elsewhere, maybe cut off some rotates. But eventually, Zeus does go down, so Sean does get the entry that he wants. And Roka still looking to see if he can't get the flank off through Vince. And he does actually catch Lucas, and so now they just have a huge advantage. Bolt's trying his best to defend this lower site. He actually does get a kill and gets the bomb down temporarily, but now Phelps gets stuck in this corner, and they're easily able to trade him out. And now there's 4 for Echo Fox, only 2 left for Immortals, and Bolts is on very low HP. And you even see Henny begin to back up with the Zob. He's trying to throw down some spam, but they're going to save these guns. And Echo Fox will make it 6, and Immortals get their economy reset. And so Echo Fox are set up very well to, take they already have a big lead, but it's just going to extend even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it only gets worse. And Echo Fox showing that they have really, really sound tactics. I mean, I'm starting to wonder whether or not Immortals should have banned the map and maybe been a little bit more confident in something else, something a little bit less up in the air. A lot of stuff has not been figured out on Nuke, and it does benefit a team who has spent a lot more time recently preparing new stuff for it, as we're seeing with these cool outside smokes. I'm sure a lot of teams can borrow this. And the way they interact with them, right? To the untrained eye, it just looks like wall smokes outside. But I think for Sean, it's cool because he has a plan for how to go through these smokes, and it's also very common or less common for people to play big garage now. So it's not super weird for you to flash through smoke, go into big garage. That might be a free piece of map that you can have because ops don't play there as much because of the railings or the rafters that wrap around upper.
Right, and we do see Henny opening up this round. He does get an op pick there on the Shazam, so Sean Garrett will recycle that op.
I love how he just stayed up there full.
Not a care in the world. We also have an auto sniper that's going to be in play at some point, so that certainly could be something that Echo Fox will get caught off guard by. But it's also a huge economic investment, especially considering the state that they're in right now, where they've had their money reset and they've had such a slow start. That could really come back to haunt them, perhaps. But it could also be the difference maker to allow more to start putting some rounds together.
It certainly could.
So we do just see all quiet for the most part, of course. There's still a lot of time left. We're only about halfway through the round. But Echo Fox is playing from a man down as Freakazoid just kind of maintains control here towards outside. We do still have Henny floating around with that AWP. Sean Garrett's trying to find him, but they just miss each other on that timing there. So the duel will not come just yet, but in the meantime, Sean Garrett actually does find Phelps. So that's actually the auto sniper down, so a big investment is already out of play. I'm not sure if someone else will be able to get to it. But we now have the odds evened out at a 4-on-4, but time is ticking away, and so Echo Fox, they need to move now. They do get the exchange over here towards outside once more, so a 3-on-3. Lucas trying to hold Sukidor with that Mag 7 just hopping around, but he finally gets killed there by Rix, but Rix gets shut down by Zeus, who's playing upper, and he's doing it well. That's 2 big kills for him, and again, the clock is Echo Fox's enemy, Roka. He only has 11 seconds to grab this bomb, run back into the site, and plant it while Bolts is there, but it'll actually drop down through vents to lower. Does he actually have enough time? I don't think, oh yeah, he does because of that spot. That nifty little spot. Oh my goodness. I forgot about that for a moment, and now I was reminded and triggered.
I mean, they added the ladder now, so you can get up there. But
that is true.
Yeah. And Roka, yeah, this round is severely in his favor. It's gonna be super difficult to deal with this. The Molotov. Oh, that's good. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, Roka just being able to toy with bolts. I mean, there's literally 0 cover, and you can get peeked from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to deal with. And it's also the same case on the upper bomb side as well. So definitely when you put that into play, it can be so difficult to fight against. And there it is, Echo Fox. They will find their 7th, and Immortals right back to saving. And so Echo Fox, I mean, they're putting up a really big lead here on this map, which has definitely got to make them feel better about things because they were 1 map away from losing their chance to be in the grand finals, and now all of a sudden they're fighting well on the map to perhaps force that 3rd, which would be cash.
Let's see. It seems like all of Immortals are just ran right into their default positions. Probably didn't talk too much about this round. At a certain point, when you've saved so many times, you just kind of go and look for trades. You can't come up with strats for that many eco rounds. Too much to ask for, right? And there's Henny playing that spot again, getting away with it. I think this time peeking out a little bit earlier to capitalize and not get pre-fired.
Yes, I mean, Echo Fox are just a moment away from taking this one, it seems like. I mean, there are 3 members left for Immortals, and there are a couple of pistols in play that maybe could do some damage, but you can see them, they've been isolated, they're way spread out, and so Echo Fox have no trouble collecting the kills, and so that 8th round is right around the corner. You're going to see Shazam chase out Bolts to finish it off, and so there you have it. Echo Fox extending their lead another round. And, I mean, Immortals, they're not going to have too many more opportunities to get good buys in this half to try to see if they can't work themselves back into this game. Because you have to figure, if they can't, you know, win out from this point forward, or at least, you know, limit Echo Fox to 9 or something like that, that Echo Fox just runs away with this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Immortals have an opportunity. I think they're much better than this. I think just it's just that Echo Fox have really made it difficult for them to get anything going. A lot of these rounds have come down to 1v1s and 2v2s, and Echo Fox has just been on the victor side of it. Lucas coming out with that entry frag. Shazam looking to make it 2 though in response. Still a very good bout so far. T-side going 4v4, not a bad trade. Sean cares. Headshot onto 100 HP player. Very good. Oh, help. Phelps joining in on the action. Oh, it's just Sean now versus Henny and Zeus. Bombs down, but Henny finds that first kill. That kill first.
So that's a good execution there, but Phelps did so much damage to set up Henny and Lucas to be able to find the clutch there in the end. So the bomb will get defused, and so it will be 8-2. But, I mean, Immortals, they have to fear that economy being reset once more. They only saved 2 guns, so 3 have to rebuy. And if a loss comes and the reset comes in, I mean, they're crushed at that point. I feel like at that point you're basically in double save territory, which you can't really afford to do right now because Echo Fox already have an 8-2 lead.
Yeah,
so,
you couldn't afford to lose rounds a couple of rounds ago. At 8, Echo Fox are feeling pretty good. They, at this point, just don't want to blow the half. You know, even trading rounds at this, like trading going 1 for 1 here, and like having to get into the reserves to buy again, it's not such a bad deal. The Immortals only come away with 4 rounds this half. It's still a huge failure.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, this is the round that Immortals need. I feel like if they can't win this one, Echo Fox just probably closes out this game pretty quickly. I can't really see them giving up that big of a lead at that point. So this is Immortals. If they want to close out this series in 2 maps, they really need to make sure that this one goes through in their favor, as we do see Echo Fox slowing things down. I mean, we have seen some rounds where they do this really aggressive outer control, but when you see rounds like this one, they're much more conservative, and they're just kind of sitting back, they're anticipating aggression, holding angles, and they're setting up for some type of execute, but they're waiting for like a certain timing to do it. You know, it's probably one of those things where Sean is saying, okay, at this time we're going to run this. And so now you do see them slowly starting to try to grab control of outer, maybe setting up that wall of smokes once more, but we'll see a little bit different positioning here from Immortals at outside, which maybe will throw Echo Fox for a loop, maybe allow them to get some kills, as Henny is in fact going to be up close in the silo. He will have a crossfire with Zeus, who's on the ground, and they will be able to deliver 3 kills to just Echo Fox's 1, so that is a much better trade out of Immortals.
Yep, and they still have bolts over here, Ramp. You wouldn't expect for a team to be playing here this late, but because nothing had happened so soon, he decided not to move. It was a good spot to be in, and Immortals put that second round in a row on the board. We'll have a, the thing is that Echo Fox will continually have buys right now, so it won't matter. They haven't earned themselves a save quite yet. Still an extra, what, we'll see, 5K left over? Well, just about. They have definitely burned quite a bit of their income.
Yeah, I think they actually would be forced to save if they lose this round, and that could be where Immortals make it like 5 to 8 or something. But Immortals' economy is still kind of in dire straits, to be quite honest. They're still not out of the hole just yet, so it's still certainly tense for them, I would think, as Echo Fox pick up the pace big time this time around, just storming the front outside, getting several members into the back halls here. Phelps is waiting for them on the other side of the smoke with the AK. He's really going to flash himself through. He's going to meet a lot of faces there. There's just too much to handle. Sean Gares and Freakazoid coming up with the kills, and so now it's going to be a 5-on-3.
I'm shocked that Freak wasn't blind. I don't even know how he avoided that. Maybe he got back in the doorway, but that was a saving grace for them. They all should have been looking directly at that flash.
So now what do you do if you're Immortals? You only have 3 members left. And I mean, Sean Garrett's the type of mind that he is. He's so good at making sure that he closes down rounds like this, where he has a 5-on-4 or 5-on-3. He has, you know, requires discipline of his players to not give up situations like this, to not give Immortals a freebie, you know, give them a route back into the round. So you see him just still being very patient about this and how he wants things to go, because he wants to make sure he puts this one away with little hassle.
And just searching. Lucas is getting a little bit aggressive. 40 seconds remain, and you got to assume that the terrorists are going to start congregating towards the site, but there hasn't been a decision yet.
I will point out that there was several times, particularly on Mirage against Complexity, where Echo Fox actually lost because of the round timer, or they waited too long. So that is something they have to kind of keep in the back of their minds. Yes, you know, use the clock to your advantage, but don't put yourself in a situation where one misplay will, you know, burn the clock where you can't plan. This time that won't be the case, as they get in there with 20 seconds left, they get the bomb down, and they catch the first 2 people rotating. So at this point, Boss is left alone in a 1v4. He has no real chance of winning, and so you see he's actually just kind of hiding out with the M4 to try to see if he can carry over to the next round, because again, Immortals' money very low at this point.
Do they have enough money left over in reserves to put together or buy after those 2 wins? I don't think they saved a lot of people. Now they have a little bit of a... Now they only have the reset loss bonus. They might not, but they might also decide to force, because even if they get a couple of rifles, they haven't been able to do it on full-on buys. Echo Fox winning most of the time anyways. In fact, have actually converted an eco, so... It says a lot about them, but losing that rifle might be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. I don't think...
Yeah, I mean,
they're still buying, though.
They're still buying what they can. I mean, they only have 2 players who are super low, so I guess they're figuring out a way to make it work, as we actually can see Phelps take the op in place of Henny. Not sure just because he has like a better spawn or something like that. I'm not seeing their spawn location, so we'll see if, in fact, he's going to be able to put that to use in some special way that maybe Henny could not have done. But we do see him actually taking it towards outside. So, yeah, I think he just had like a really good spawn to take it over Henny, who will be playing from the mini garage with an M4.
Pushed up ramp, got a little bit of info. And Lucas up close. Everyone's taking these angles that you need to take with the weapons that you have.
Yeah, again, it's Echo Fox has done a great job throughout this half of like really changing the pace. You'll have these quick outer executes, you'll have, you know, quick pushes in the ramp room, but then you'll have rounds like this one where they really just kind of wait things out and try to let Immortals play into them. You know, just use full advantage of the clock. And they know that the money is low on Immortals, and so they have to kind of realize that maybe Immortals are going to have to try something a bit special, because it's going to be so hard to win at standard whenever you have, you know, limited firepower and utility to hold off executes. But it's not actually going to be the case. Immortals seem to just be playing it as they would any other round, and so Echo Fox aren't going to be gifted anything early.
I looked at Bolts, and he literally took his hand off of his mouse for like 3 seconds.
As it looks like we finally will see Echo Fox looking to make an execute here any moment. Now you do begin to see the nades roll out, but Luke is playing up close with this Mag 7 to try to see if he's not going to be able to catch someone, as no one's actually pushed out the doorway just yet. They're trying to clear the window first. He's staying alive, and he finds a kill, eventually traded, but Immortals are getting the better end of all of this right now. They have a 3-on-2 when it's all said and done on the initial execute, and time is running low. Echo Fox, they need to get the bomb planted, and Rix will use the vents to get down to lower. He won't plant top silo, but now he's left all alone in a 1v3, and of course the bomb plant location will help him out a lot. He's going to get inside it. Oh, they're just going to keep dropping down. He's able to get two, but eventually that third one sets in, and so he will get taken out. And Phelps, he will be able to get the defuse, and so they will find a 4th round this half.
That's probably a pretty good idea to get in the vent, get them all dropping. I mean, they were like, okay, we'll just trade, but mode on the way down. Either way, they put it on the board.
How funny it would have been if he would have actually just killed all 3 of them in that situation. They got one fan out there. One fan's out there. He's pretty happy about it. As it is getting late, and most of the expo has closed down, so a lot of the crowd that we had here before has left, but that one guy, he's here. You the real MVP.
Legend. What are the odds that Immortal put together those last 2 rounds?
I don't know. I think I've only really seen them have 2 what you would call nice full buys this entire half. Like, they've certainly been limited. We'll see what they can get accomplished here with what they've got. They do get a couple of kills right there, but nice work from Shazam to try to keep his team in it, but it's dwindling big time as now all that's left is going to be Freakazoid and Roka. And they're very far apart at this point. Roka usually the one to hold, you know, the hut area while everyone else takes control outside. So now he has to try to figure out a way to link up with Freakazoid, who is stuck with the bomb here, still outside after all that trading happened. It's just up to him to see what he can do. Roka trying to support him from top silo as he goes into Big Garage. There's a huge crossfire, but no one really seems to pick up on it. Zeus not able to actually get out there, so Freak actually wins a 1v1 in Big Garage. And now Roka just continues to meet up with him outside, so it's actually getting a little bit scary for Immortals, especially since, you know, Baltz is just on the FAMAS, and now he's actually gone, and Zeus is so low on HP, and he's stuck.
Yeah, and Zeus has jumped a couple of times. I mean, I don't know if they know he's there or why he was doing that. But
I mean, Roka seems to have a pretty good idea about it. He is not really let up on that angle. Meanwhile, Freakazoid trying to see if he can't, you know, figure out what the other member of Immortals is and perhaps look to plant this bomb at some point. As, again, there's still a good amount of time left, but our seconds are beginning to tick. We're now down to 30 seconds, so now they will finally gather up, and it looks like they are finally going to commit here. We do see them making sure that no one's going to be able to push hut. A flash goes down. They clear out the upper site, and so they will go ahead and get this bomb planted. Lucas will go peek from Mini right away. Takes a ton of damage, down to 4 HP, and Zeus only has 19. So in this 2v2 situation, Echo Fox are well set up to take this. They'll molly hut again and just keep denying, you know, Immortals options to get back into the site.
Yeah. Not sure how this smoke will work out for them. It allows Lucas to kind of maybe get into the site. But Free could use it too.
And he uses it to actually push up close in the vents. Lucas, will he check it? He does, but he can't land the shot. Freakazoid will, and Roka will also be a part of that close. So now it's 10-4.
Excellent 2v4. I mean, that was just amazing. And then Freak, you know, Freak being so patient, walking around. I really like how they're playing these 2vx's out so slowly. Like, they're rarely running until they wear the clock down to its last few seconds and then have to plant. They don't make noise. They try to catch someone off guard. And it's like, why should you let anyone know what you're doing until you absolutely need to?
I mean, now you go into the last round of the half where Immortals once again just barely anything to work with. Some upgraded pistols and a Mag 7, so Echo Fox is looking like a whole new team in this map. I mean, the roles have kind of reversed where it's now Echo Fox who are the dominant force. We are going to see some aggression here from Immortals this time around, trying to see if they can't catch someone off guard, but Roka playing way too passive to fall for this.
Did Bolts take a step there? An audible one? Pushing in the lobby, not a good idea. I think they realized that, though.
And of course, Zeus is hearing people jump on top of Silo and such, so he's being able to alert his teammates outside on what's going on, but still doesn't really have a clue what the plan is for Echo Fox. They also have one player actually contesting secrets, so that's going to make things a little bit more difficult when Echo Fox, if they go for outside control, to actually just like slip in there. So definitely we have Immortals holding a couple of like cheeky angles and aggressive positions that maybe Echo Fox don't think to clear, so maybe they can use that to make it work since they had such limited firepower. But Echo Fox are so content just to kind of wait it out and make sure there's no aggro like pushes actually going on.
Yeah, just a safe way to play an anti-eco. But it becomes kind of a stalemate, right? They can't push in the lobby, and Immortals have to basically make them wait. Phelps, though, comes up with a kill, and they didn't upper hit after this, and it looks like they're going for a similar strategy at the moment. Is Henny actually going to come through that smoke? Wow, he actually just ran through.
Yeah, he tried to just catch someone off guard, but Rix was wise to it, and he will get 2. Shazam with 1. So Lucas left alone, 1v4 with a Deagle and armor, no kit. Maybe there's one sitting around that he might be able to pick up, but he has to find kills first. His first bullet through the smoke actually does a ton of damage, and there's just really nothing he can do. I mean, it's the last round of the half, sure, but you can see he just doesn't even know what to do. He just resigns. He's not even trying to go for it, just forfeits the round, basically. I guess you couldn't expect too much from him here, as it is going to, in fact, be 11-4, so a very big half from Echo Fox, which was basically the remedy that they needed, right? I mean, they definitely kind of got just wrecked on train, to be quite honest with you, and their tournament life was on the line, and here on their map pick Nuke, they come up with a big 11-round T side. I mean, you can't ask for too much better out of the T side of this map, I feel like. I mean, I feel like this is like almost a perfect case scenario for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially the clutch rounds going their way, but because they played them so well, like Roka had a couple of clutch rounds that one clutch round on the lower side was really nice, and then Rick's actually almost won one in that 1v3. And then the 2v4 with Freak, like a lot of these rounds, hard to account for them, but they made it happen. And a lot of the early round stuff, it just makes a lot of sense what they're doing. So it is cool to watch how properly they're playing.
Certainly, and again, if Echo Fox can go ahead and close this map, we will in fact see the third map, which would in fact be Cash, which I think is kind of a little bit of common ground for both teams. I think that this Immortals has always really liked to play Cash. And actually, funny enough, they were always really well known for Cobblestone and Mirage, but back when they made that DreamHack Summer Run, Cash was actually a big part of that for them in that tournament, if I remember correctly. So they certainly can play it with their old lineup with Zeus, we'll see. And then, of course, Echo Fox had a tough time on Cash against Complexity today, but in general, it's a map that they're surely fine to play. So
what happened on Cash was Complexity?
They got wrecked. That's what happened.
Just wrecked?
I think they only got 3 rounds in their T-side first half or something like that. Like, it was really insane. But we'll get away from that and get to this pistol round here, as it's starting up pretty early as Shazam able to find Phelps right away, but the fights are not lacking here early in the round as we just continue to see people taking shots at one another, but it remains a 4-on-4 for a brief time until Immortals do commit to lower, and Roka just continues to hold the squeaky door area and just continues to find headshots and such, as we'll go ahead and put the meme out there. Can't pass up the opportunity, of course, but Bolts will make sure that there are no more coming from Roka. It's going to be a 2v3 post plant now for Immortals, and we do see Rix and being able to find Bolts, and so now it's all on Lucas. Gonna try to take a fight here in the back off against Sean trying to win the 1v1. Oh my goodness, this is real awkward. Sean runs away. Lucas chases his knife. It doesn't get more.
Oh my god.
He just keeps shooting.
No way.
How does this happen?
I'm out.
Can you analyze that? Is there even anything to say?
No. What?
No. What a circus of a round that was.
What just happened? Well, he was reloading and running away, so he got his bullets. No one tapped the bomb, and then they just opened the door to. I don't think he realized that Lucas wasn't reloading, because if he did, because that's what you would do when you want to disrespect someone in a knife battle, right? You run away, you reload, and then you shoot them, and they haven't reloaded yet. They don't have any options. You just take that fight, but he just kept running.
And so we are gonna have Immortals taking the pistol round, but we will see Echo Fox still with a lot of guns to work with here. They have the Scout on Shazam. They have actually an SMG on Roka, funny enough. So definitely just pretty much as much money as you could possibly spend on this round, Echo Fox have done. They want to see if they can't reset Immortals right away and just stop Immortals from climbing back into the game, because, I mean, if Immortals get the follow-up, you make it 7-11. If they have any kind of T-side, there's still a chance for them, certainly.
Phelps might get lurked on here. If someone takes a quick peek. Roka playing with the exact same angle that Bolts plays, and finds that frag, a second kill on the round.
So we already have 2 members fall here for Immortals. 2 AKs and the Galil left up, and only 1 smoke grenade. So it does not give them many options here. They just have to try to take some fights and win them. But at this point, you got to think Echo Fox, they have a 5-on-3. They can just kind of buddy up, and they'll never get caught. But Sean does get caught in isolation. Now Freakazoid goes down as well, so all of a sudden this upper defense has crumbled. And we have a 3 versus 3. Rick's trying to fight back with the CZ, and he does find the kill onto Henny, but only to be traded rapidly. And now Immortals just kind of clamp down on the round. It's all up to Roka, 1v2. He's trying to flank through Hut. He does get the first kill, but he can't react to Lucas's position fast enough. And so we are going to see Immortals take yet another one, and Echo Fox put so much money into that, they certainly can't buy here, and so Immortals definitely should find round number 7, I would imagine.
Yeah, the 3v5 into the 1v1, Immortals did a great job of recovering, deciding to go upper. It seemed like the ideal place to target, and they tried to get Phelps to lurk, and that was kind of weird because it was like they were down a man, so yeah, you need to go find some info, but it's like versus a low buy, so I feel like getting people out of position, or not out of position, but getting a little bit too deep into a site without a way to trade.
As we are going to see Immortals working their way now into ramp room. Shazam trying to play from the back of the box, but his teammate Sean Gears goes down. He's quick to follow. Roka, though, boosted up, so they actually baited that out really well, but Roka never really able to get the jump on them that he wanted, and so Immortals won that round with ease, and very quickly, I might add. And so it is going to be 7-11, which I would love a Slurpee right now. It is pretty hot.
7-11 was a part-time job.
My God. Oh, no, I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to walk away very slowly and get back into this one here, as we do have full guns up now for both teams. And can Immortals do it? That's going to be the big thing. If they can actually come back in this one, that would just be devastating for Echo Fox, I feel like. We'll see, though. I mean, this is Immortals being tested for the first time on their T side, really. Now Echo Fox have a lot of firepower at their disposal, but they don't have an op, and they don't have as much nades as they probably want. Immortals taking very quick control, and they're actually just rushing heavy numbers, mini, so definitely a different approach than what we saw Echo Fox doing through Majority the half. And I mean, they just forfeited the site so quickly now. Echo Fox have to play for a retake.
That was a super sick A split. I mean, they did it almost silently, though, right? They were able to wrap into mini. Where's the bomb?
I'm not 100% sure. With that mini map on this map, you know, good luck trying to guess that one. So that's one of the flaws about spectating this map, I feel like, that hopefully could get addressed at some point, as we do have the bomb down somewhere, and we do have a 2 versus 4 situation here in favor of Immortals. The bomb's actually down in vents, and Sean's covering it, and Zeus is going to drop down first. Sean now has the bomb. Who's next? It's going to be Lucas.
Oh, my God.
He forces him out. He gets the bomb, so there you go.
And they just go back up. That's amazing. All right.
Oh, man, we've already seen some strange things in this game, but Immortals recollects the bomb. They'll get the plant inside the site, and now Sean and Freakazoid with low HP and no kit have a decision to make, and I think the decision is to save.
Those are some awkward interactions. Wow. That should have been an easy frag for Sean. Another one coming down the ladder. Lucas doesn't get the kill, but running out of ammo. It's an A4 commercial.
Do you ever find yourself running out of ammo?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on down.
The
government to get yourself the A4.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Immortals. Just, you know, they're putting themselves in striking distance at this point. I mean, they're not so far off from tying this thing up, and given the fact that Echo Fox had to take a save in this round, I mean, they're starting to make this real dangerous.
I know. They actually are looking like they could come back into this. That last round was very, very nice. They pull off the A split without Echo Fox basically having any idea what they were going to do, and they did it with very low resources as well. It was quite impressive.
And again, you can just definitely see how Immortals just takes this differently. Like, there's nothing patient about what they're doing right now. Even on anti-ecos, where you would see Echo Fox just kind of hold back and wait for aggression, Immortals don't waste any time with that. They just immediately go for what they want. They're already in back halls. They're already pushing down Freakazoid, and they're not finding the kill just yet, but there it goes, finally taking Freakazoid out of the equation as they just continue to really control all areas of the map, but lower seems to be the focus. Who's clearing it out by himself with the, excuse me, that's actually Phelps that gets the kill. Lucas now chiming in as well, and so now it's all on Rix with the CZ. 1-on-3. Bomb is going to be going down any moment, I would imagine. May not need to, though. Phelps might just win the fight, but he takes a lot of damage. Now he's going to back out of there, and Rix actually picks up an AK.
Hits him with the pellet. They found out where he is, so they know what they can plant for, and Rick's in the vent. I don't even know. He probably shouldn't go for this because he doesn't have armor, and like, if you don't have armor, he did some damage, but almost comes away with that. But as soon as he gets hit, it's just way too hard to control your recoil. And Immortals now within two. It's been a while since Echo Fox have won a round.
It certainly has. It just seems like it was only moments ago that Echo Fox were in prime position to force a third map. They had such a great first half on their own terrace side, but in the blink of an eye, the fast-paced play of Immortals have put them in range of tying this thing up quite soon. This is a nice full bite of Echo Fox, though, so this is going to be a chance for them to try to hold Immortals off. But you think if they lose this one, they're back to saving, and it is, in fact, a tie, probably. So this is scary times for Echo Fox.
Yeah, so I think this is the first time in the half Echo Fox that they had an op though. The last rifle round they had, they decided to buy it around 4,500. So this might be an adjustment that they need, and one they might try again, even if they lose this round. I wouldn't be surprised. Op is classically like an op for a CT nuke. It's like the gun for nuke.
Indeed it is, but look at this. Zeus has already slipped into such a great position. Freakazoid has no idea, but the glass is just trolling the hell out of Zeus right there. Not able to find the kill. And look at how things collapse afterwards. Henny and Lucas trying to recover the best they can, but it's a 2-on-3. It's actually favoring Echo Fox right now. Freakazoid still alive and Inner tries to push into Henny, but he's going to pay for it. That's going to be an op frag out of the Brazilian. And so now it's a 2-on-2. Bomb on the back of Lucas, as they're still trying to figure out what exactly they'd like to do. They still have plenty of time to figure it out. They do have a smoke and a molly as well, but Sean Garrett catches Lucas with the nade out. Just the timing of it all helping Echo Fox out big time. So now Henny having to play a 1-on-2. He has to go all the way around. It's great to pick the bomb back up. He knows where Sean is, but he has no idea where the other player is. He could be getting flanked ramp for all he knows. He has no idea, but he's going to try to use the smoke to plant the bomb.
Will do that much. Rix is actually coming through the ramp. It looks like a 1v1 on his left and his right. And Sean finds the kill. So they seal it up. They recover off of a nice peek into lower. Well timed.
It's crazy to think how much that round really boiled down to, like, one timing of someone having a nade in their hand. Like, just imagine if Sean doesn't get that kill and they're able to get the plant in the 2v2. That could have played out so much differently. So just showing you how this game is just a game of milliseconds. Just like one little decision can have such a huge impact. And now Echo Fox finally have held Immortals off. But they got to worry about that economy reset. Look at how low they're having to buy down right now, because it did come down to a clutch situation.
Yeah, that's true. That is a very good point. I don't think Immortals have tried opping themselves, and they're on T side here. So, have they? No, I don't think so. Right? They.
I think Henny may have picked that up, but I'm not.
Oh no, he was
sure.
opping last round. What am I talking about? Yeah.
So again, Immortals, very rapid pace here, taking control of outside, but we have a new position here for Shazam with the op, and he's able to find the first kill over here towards Secret. He's falling back as far as he can. We did see a player attempt to go for the trade, but he's not able to catch him in time. Meanwhile, Immortals will just be content to kind of hold control of outside in the rafters, but they're still playing from a man down, and if Echo Fox can play patient, they might just be able to convert this and extend that lead, and I think they might even force Immortals to save the next round if they take this one.
Oh, that molly is good. Really good. Oh my god, wow, through the stairs, couldn't even do 1 damage. Sean was so low. Quite fortunate to get that frag.
Absolutely. Does go down, and in fact, with that kill from Bolts, it's actually back down into a 3-on-3, so things become tense once more now as the bomb traveling here with Zeus. But look at this flank. Oh my goodness. And he's playing it as patient as he can. Zeus has no idea. That's actually the bomb down, isolated from the rest of his team. Henny running around, trying to see if he can't get Freakazoid, but he just gets blindsided by Rix in Heaven, and so now it's all with the Bolts. He's been lurking around. He has to play a 1v2, certainly a very clutch player. 1v3 rather, making it even more difficult. And I don't think there's just enough time for him to figure this one out.
No, and he just doesn't have enough health. Like, he's definitely going to take damage from one of these trades. He's not going to get the flank on 3 people and the bomb, so he's just going to try to stay alive, which is going to be hard too.
So Echo Fox, the next 6 seconds will have 13 rounds, and Immortals going to be low on funds. So perhaps Echo Fox have finally kind of cooled off, recollected themselves, and have taken the map back under their wing.
Oh, Zeus ended up buying armor there. That's kind of interesting. I mean, Bolts had 2K, so it's like they were all even. They didn't really need to try to force up. Or did he end up dropping? Oh, it seems like they've got like some kind of buy. Phelps, are you going to drop something and pick up an AK for yourself? Oh, that's not bad at all. Suddenly. They've got lots of nades too. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, I mean, they're really just trying to come up with everything that they can. They fought down to their bottom dollar to see if they can't figure something out here and now. They want to try to challenge Echo Fox as early as they can. They know that they're right on their heels. They don't want to allow Echo Fox to extend out too far ahead, as they want to see if they can't still win this series in 2. But Echo Fox certainly well on their way still now to getting the cash. It's felt in danger for a little bit there, but it seems like now they've been able to figure things out and get sorted, and now they're looking sharp again.
Kind of a weird smoke for a terrorist to throw. Maybe it's a one-way inside the ramp? I'm not entirely sure. That nade not going to go far enough to touch Roka. Whoa. Okay, they both timed their shots at the exact same moment.
And Roka is going to get the better end of the deal out of all of that. So it will be Immortals a man down. So plenty of time, though, to work things out.
It does give it supplants an AK into the hands of a man who had a Tech 9, so that is one thing.
So there you have it. As Phelps has taken a lot of control outside. Meanwhile, Zeus is trying to throw some nades through Suki doors. So it looks like they may still want to do some type of outer split, but there is still certainly a few members of Echo Fox ready to go to defend this area. Freak is going to be on top of the HUD. He's able to go ahead and get a kill on Henny. But look at Phelps, so patient. They have no idea what's going on. He'll take out Sean Garrett. He responds to Rix. No way that Rix has time to react there, but it's going to be down to Phelps to play it solo. He'd have to ace to win this round to 1v3. The bomb's down in a tough position. He might be able to get this AK, but actually he'll just jump out and look for the fight, but no one's going to peek him. No one is going to give him an opportunity to sneak back into this round, it seems. He's going to try to go through defense to lower. He even pre-fires, recognizing that one would likely be there, but Shazam still finds the headshot. Echo Fox go up 14-9, and Immortals out of money for the most part. But they had that decision. I think now they just have to keep force buying is the big problem.
Yeah, it's just a buy that's just a little bit worse than last round. They're coming close to winning these rounds. Echo Fox is just a little bit too clutch, especially in those 2vx's with Phelps, man. If he had done that a little bit sooner, or if his teammates hadn't died before he'd done that, I mean, that would have easily just sealed the deal to upper. I don't even know idea how he lurked out that far without getting spotted.
Yeah, it felt like Phelps had moved into like that checkmate position where like everything was going his way, everything was lining up, but just as you noted, too many of his teammates kind of fell. His support system kind of faltered before he could really develop his play. And so now it's going to be Echo Fox up 14-9, and Immortals are just in an infinite force buy situation for pretty much the rest of this game. And we already see Echo Fox up in this round, 4-on-3. He's trying to hold control lower, using the nades as best he can to stop Shazam and company rotating from ramp to be able to make their way into the lower bomb site. And he does actually get the pick onto Shazam, but it's quickly traded by Roko, who wrapped around the other side. And so now it's all on Bolts. He does flank through Vince. He catches Rix. He's now in a 1 versus 2. But bombed down in such a precarious spot, and he has such low HP. You got to think that Echo Fox should be able to move the map point here in just a few moments. But Bolts will try his best to see if he can't figure out a way to convert this, but it just won't be, as Roka will take him out. And so it's going to be map point 15-9 for Echo Fox.
Yeah, huge 4-kill round from Roka, and they handled it. They went for outside control. That was Immortals. Got into lower, had not a site to go to necessarily, but a little bit of suspicion raised about whether it was going to be lower or not, and that just causes rotates, which is really nice, and these Immortals can start to slow down and think about what they want to do, but Echo Fox ended up capitalizing anyways. And it had to be in part due to the fact that they had much better guns overall. We've had 3 similar buys in the past 3 rounds.
So we're staring at what could be the final round of this map if Echo Fox can take it and force that third map, but Immortals will see if they can't run the board for 6 rounds and force an overtime. Going to be so difficult, though, with the fact that they've been on just consistent force buys here for the last few rounds. We do see Immortals once again trying to take some sneaky control outside. Oh, they have no idea, but he keeps missing his shots, finally gets the kill, and he'll be able to collect that op. And so maybe this will give the men over at Immortals something to work with. They have a lot of space now. But Roka just laying down the hammer, 2 kills, gets the bomb down temporarily, gets all the information. It's now a 3-on-3, but look at this. A kill comes out from both with a Tech 9, so now it's going to be a 2-on-3, so maybe Immortals still have this.
They potentially do. Having control, Sean Garrett's getting caught outside, caught outside by his own teammate. And then his teammate gets opt, Sean. Took a little bit of damage there. I'm not sure if they heard that. They may or may not have, but either way, they've got enough people to man the site. They don't have to worry about any choke point in particular.
Yeah, bomb planted safely here on the outer site. Sean Garrett has so many angles he has to clear to have a chance at this one. He has a little bit of utility. He has a kit, so that gives him a little bit of extra time to kind of check everything out. And so he'll look for his first opponent, which will be Ball. Takes him down, almost catches the kill on the Lucas, who peeks between the silos, but not quite enough damage laid out. So Immortals, they do, in fact, make it 10 rounds.
Yeah. They grab it within 5 now, and just like that, Echo Fox. Barely any money left over. What are they going to do here? They're just going to save up? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They're low on the loss bonus, so...
Looks like they skim a little bit off the top to get some upgraded pistols and armor, but certainly no like big commitment to where they won't be able to buy in the next round.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to be like first round loss bonus. Maybe they shouldn't spend any money at all. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, these CZs and 5.7s and such can play such a huge impact, some of these close positions on the upper sites, and maybe they still find a way to do some damage, collect some guns, and even work their way in. But again, Immortals just keep doing this wraparound. This time Shazam is keeping an eye out for it by the AC unit, but his team is kind of crumbling right now. It's a 4-on-3 already for Immortals. Couldn't expect much out of Echo Fox, of course, in this round with them just only having pistols to work with. But they have several rounds to work with to close out this map, so I don't think they're too worried just yet.
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, so I mean, this round pretty much in the books for Immortals. It's going to be Shazam left here with just a P250. Maybe he tries to swing around and grab a gun to save or something like that, but it looks like he won't really get the opportunity, as it seems like Immortals has most of their bases covered, so it's going to be difficult for him to find really an opening, and Lucas will just peek out and eliminate him for the round. So there it is. Immortals has 11, and I feel like they just like sneakily stay in this game. Like every time we think, okay, Echo Fox has big control of the game,
Yeah.
and Immortals wins a couple rounds, and then we're second guessing ourselves, but then Echo Fox will win a couple, they get to that point where they're thinking, okay, now it's time,
Yeah.
but then now Immortals have won another 2 rounds in a row, and so it's still really hard to tell how this is actually going to play out in the end.
Rocco having a stellar performance. Outclassing all of his team, really, at 31 kills, and it's only been 27 rounds. 26, I guess.
Certainly a really well-played half, but look at this. Echo Fox certainly changing things up on their outer defense this time around, and the Immortals are certainly looking to chip away here at this area of the map, so we could see a big battle coming up soon, and this could determine, you know, Echo Fox's future, if in fact they can move on to the third map now, or whether or not Immortals will keep pressuring. But Freakazoid, if he has anything to say about it, it'll be that we're moving on to Cash in just a moment, as he finds a couple of quick kills, and everyone else from Echo Fox has also found a kill here, with the exception of Shazam, and now it's all on Bolts. And he will fall to Rix very quickly. So there you have it. What started out to be a very one-sided affair, got a little bit closer, but again, it never felt like Echo Fox were ever in any real serious danger. Like every time that they started to feel threatened, I feel like they won a key round to hold Immortals off, and in the end, they take it to force the third map.
Yeah, you know, it gets to 11-8, and then it's like that really important round where Echo Fox end up clutching it out, and you're like, okay, they won that. Immortals still might have a chance to try to make it competitive, but they haven't proved that they could win the entire game, right? There's the more rounds that Echo Fox have to play, the more time that they have to potentially make an adjustment, and so it's just more data that they have. Staging the comeback is much more difficult than closing out the game, right?
Right, and so it's really all come down to this. It's going to be Cash as the third map to decide who, in fact, is going to move on to the grand finals to play against Cloud9, and who will be the loser of this and have to settle for playing for third place against Heroic tomorrow morning. As, you know, coming into this event, you had Immortals going through leadership changes, but still looking to be a great team with all the talent that they have. You had Echo Fox, who looked good online, but kind of stumbled a bit at the ESC